Hello guys, I'm back again for part 2 of me continuing on this. I'll just show you bits and pieces that I've done. I've actually sewn that down. I really like it. I love the little washing line. It's so cute. And then what else have I done? I've sewn all this down and I've started sewing this. I'll take you through that today. And then that's all sewn down. What else have I got? I've stitched that down. Finished my sunflowers, which I think look really cute. Stitched that down, and I have done the path all the way down to here, and I'm just starting to finish. So I've got all the way down to there to go, and I'm going to leave that until I get another prompt, and whether it fits down there or, you know, wherever I'm going. So it is looking rather good. I rather like them. It sort of reminds me of the Van Gogh sunflowers. So yeah, I think my garden is the veggie patch is pretty much done, apart from finishing the path, which not too far to go. Takes a little while. So okay, so today I'm going to roll this up, and also this end. So it certainly gets long. I might have to do a little more over that end, and I might zoom it in a bit. There we go, just so we can focus on working on some bits and pieces. Okay, there we go. This is what we're working on today. Okay, so yeah, I went on to Pinterest and I saw a like a greenhouse, and it was sort of a darker metal on the outside and all glass, and that's why I thought I'd do extra scrolly bits. And so for the darker greeny metal, I thought I'll do that. And to make the glass look like glass, I've sort of stitched around this little bit here. I think I need a drink. In 10. A little bit of water. So yeah, so I've just done a back stitch and tried to make it look like little glass windows. I'm going to probably do, got this one, pricked myself today, which makes it a little awkward. It feels weird having a band-aid on there. So I'll go around that in that sort of like the steel metal colour, in that. But while I'm here, I'll finish off. Now just double checking that we're in camera. That's it. Yeah, it's getting bigger. Sort of a little bit harder to control. I might pull that forward, but okay. So I'm just dividing it into 3 first thing, and it's already come out. Can you believe it? This is almost like a little thimble having this. Feels weird. Yeah, seeing some really cute little stuff online, and then I'm going to go in the middle of you know, little sheds and glass houses and all sorts. I like to see where everybody's interpret. Oh my goodness, you've got to constantly turn around these things, their version of what they're doing. Sorry, losing train of thought mid-sentence. Okay, so I think the easiest way, I do 2 on the top and then 3 down here, so that I can do the, like I'll have a line in the middle and then going 2 across. It just makes it easier. Okay. So I've been visiting a friend, and when I guys over there, I was quite unwell. I got gastro, and it's horrible when you, I mean, she's a good friend, so it was not that bad, but when you're sick, you want to be home. Oh, it's so dehumanizing having gastro. Oh, it's just awful, and you feel so sick. Yeah, it's going around in Ballarat at the moment, which is not nice. Okay, now I got to come up there. Yeah, go underneath here first. I think I might only have enough to finish this one. Oh, jeez, it feels so weird. Might take it off. I think it stopped bleeding now. Good grief, this is tough. Tough band-aid. Oh, sticky. I'll fix it up later. Oh, it feels a little better. I think I'm going to have to, I'll pull it down and then go over, because you want enough to be able to finish off, hey? So just going to go down, and then I'll finish it off underneath, and then come back with another one. It's like when you are doing this and you're yapping away, you know, like letting you know that I've got gastro. It's like confession cam, isn't it? Because you're here by yourself, but you know that people are listening and talking, and you're talking to them. So we come up with all sorts of stuff. Just getting rid of the stickiness on my finger to chat about. So, good grief. This is an antibacterial wipe, so with a bit of alcohol, maybe it might get rid of the stickiness on my fingernail. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? It's an ever-evolving piece, really. I'll come back to that. I wouldn't mind going around the door, just to highlight that a little bit. And I also, you may have noticed, I finished doing the pathway, and while I had the because I did this original one with the watercolor, I thought I'd finished it off with the watercolor, and I had I painted it a really light blue to sort of give it that like it looked like glass, which I think it sort of added to it a little bit. Yeah, so the door, it's going to be sort of steel and glass. So, and the one I saw was just so beautiful, quite ornate, had all these really pretty little bits and pieces in it. So I tried to pinch that idea from a picture that I saw, because the basis was already there, but I still had to make it look like a bit of a glass house. Okay. Still feels very sticky. It's annoying me. Sorry, guys. Get to see everything online, don't you? Now, so I hope you're all going okay, and yeah, and watch the previous video that I did about the now doing it all as a virtual retreat. Got all the packs and everything ready, and the videos done, which are exclusive to the virtual retreat. And so if you are on YouTube and you want to do something that's private, you put it as unlisted, and then you get the link, and you send the link off to whoever you want to see it. So that's how I did it. I figured it out. Trying to do all the editing and that side of it, it's really hard. I just want to be creative. So yeah, that's the way to get them out. Yes, and I put a little tea bag and a Tim Tam biscuit, which is very Australian biscuit, in with it, so you can have your cup of tea and a yummy Tim Tam biscuit on your virtual retreat. Yeah, they sell them in individual packets now, which is good. Okay, I was going to do a caramello frog. Was it the Australian caramello frog, which is not frog, koala, but I thought, oh no, I'll just do Tim Tam because they are quite yummy. Okay. Now, I think I did only do a back stitch with this. I'm thinking, do I do this colour as a French knot for the door handle? I don't know, because it's metal. Maybe I can come back and do that. But I was thinking along here, it's sort of got, try and do the arches because they're like arch windows. I was actually thinking here, I'll do some tree, and I might even do a little bench because they had a little bench and everything on the picture that I've got, and maybe like a little tree. So maybe I can have some, like a little tree, a pot plant or whatever on the side. So it's just the little details, but because everything is so small, you really got to go miniature. Hope you're still getting this, guys. I'm bringing it forward to myself. So what I was thinking of doing, so this is, I thought I'd do a little bit of this with you so you got the idea of what I'm doing to try and create that the walls and the glass house. I still may do, because I'm really liking some of the little sheds. I mean, in with some of the other pots I might do a little shed, and I was thinking here I might do a little water tank, one of those Australian type water tanks that sort of sit on a little thing because it needs something there. And back in the day they would have had those old water tanks because it sort of looks like it's set back, in the 1800s, late 1800s style, sort of. So that was back when people still had elaborate gardens and servants with, a little gardener's house. Okay. I think I've gone up one too high, because I think we've got to go across here, and then I've got to go here. I'm thinking, I'm sure I drew it in, but I might have done it with a friction pen and I just recently ironed it, so it's all come off. I wanted to do a little, there we go. So it's got a bit of perspective there, and that going across, and then I think that was These are just sort of like old ornatey scrolly bits that I will probably do in with that metal colour. Yeah, that'll work. I might do, finish this off and come back and just use that tiny little bit to do a French knot for the door, and then come back to do the rest later. So I might finish off and do something else. I was thinking what I might do with the tree. Okay, I'm wondering if that is big enough to even do a French knot. Probably, because there's only one. Just feels weird. Oop, there we go. Not on that end. Ugh. Don't do that to me. In hindsight, I probably should have done this when I had it, when I was close to it, but that's okay. Right, with anything, hindsight's always a beautiful thing. I thought, well, unknot it, do that, go down, put, you know, a bit of spit and polish on there. Oop. And oh, seriously, oh, I'm just not winning it. Oh. You're watching me get very frustrated. I just might as well come back with another one. Here, me being scabby and wanting to save. Okay, enough of that. Now on here, yeah, I had done, what I was wanting to do was maybe highlight some like branch bits, so that you know, because when you are seeing a tree, you see a lot of the branches and stuff. Just come around here, and where are we? And that one can go there. So come in there with a bit of like a brownie, light brownie colour, and then maybe go around the edges with a like a pinky, I don't know, maybe a sort of a reddy pinky colour to try and bring out the, you know, orbedness of the tree. And here, this one, I was actually thinking, you know, highlight some of the, like the bushiness of it, so that way you don't have to do the whole lot. Yeah, I'm in camera, so you just come around, do a few lines. I like how the lines are there. Bushiness here, maybe a few lines here. Okay, might do lines all here. Okay, should be, I might do another lot there. Just sort of want to make it a little bit more colourful, and I'll try and find a, what have we got, a greeny grey to try and, it's sort of greeny grey, isn't it, to to make it, bring it at the green, because it's sort of when you put it next to that, it might be all right, but it may not be dark enough. You want it to stand out a little bit. Get my greens out, thinking maybe that, but then I don't want it to look like glass. Okay, what have we got, people? What have we got? That would be a good colour, but it's a bit thick. Oh, quite like that. This might be nice too. I've got a couple that was variegated. Really light green. It's probably not dark enough. That one might be better. I think this is when I did my birds. Yeah, I think I want to have the green, and it's got a little bit of bluey grey in that. That might work. Even that's sort of like quite a nice green. I might combine these two. And then for this, I don't think I'm going to do wool. I think that'd be too much. Now we can sort of bring in this to go around it. I think that might be nice, because you have those colour trees. Maybe that, because that's pink. Oh, I'll go with them. Okay, half your time spent figuring out colours. So, okay. Now I've got a brown here somewhere, or I had the brown in there and I just put it away. I'm thinking rather than going brown, I probably could do sort of like a darker of this, which sort of looks a little, or maybe do it in this colour. Do those two. Yeah, I think I'll do it in that colour. So what we're going to do is a bit of everything. Okay, I've got this darker colour, which I'm going to just highlight some of the leafy bits in a reddy browny colour. I have a long bit because they're not big, but they've got to stretch across. It's a good way to highlight stuff without having to do all the embroidery, which is good. Okay, and just a straight stitch, that's all we need. And that's like that, and you grab this other bit, and I'm going to go over the top of that. Just hold that down, and wonder if we could have a small one here too. Yep, that works. Build as we go. Okay. And then that's going to go over the top of that. And then I might go underneath. And some of that. That's almost like a little cross, so I'm going to come over the top. And just do a couple of little stitches. Doesn't have to be exactly like it is on the thing. And maybe even come down to here. Oh, wasn't tight enough. Down. And even though it's squiggly, I'm just going to do a straight and then go down across here. Looks quite nice with that pink colour, because it's such a long straight thing. That's why I want to sort of catch it. You don't want it coming forward. Straighten it a bit, going underneath. Oop. There goes the wind. Quite windy here today. There we go. Okay. And then once you've done all them, you sort of go and look back and see what else it needs doing. Sometimes it just doesn't look much chop until you've actually finished it. Okay, a bit boring you watching me do stuff today, nothing too exciting. Just embellishing. Might do 2 here. It's sort of a bit like a Y. And go here. And this one. Okay. Go underneath a little bit. Like that. Just how to do effective little stitches, and it does go pretty quick when you see. Go across. And notice how they're done in the white bits, because they're the bits where there is, you know, sparser leaves and where the sun comes through, and that's where you would see your branches. So I'll just do a stitch here and there. Doesn't have to be the same. Okay, I could probably just do the one stitch, even though there's a bit going down. You can see that, so I'll stitch here. Going around. Down. this, it sort of defines it a little bit. Now we'll go down and here. Now we've just got to figure out how we're going to embellish in that other colour. I think I might go crisscross on this one. That, and then that little one coming here. Okay. Okay, really hope I was in camera. Yeah, you can sort of see it. It really sort of highlights it, and then come back in and maybe go around. You know, maybe doing, sort of trying to highlight leaves. I'll do a couple. There, some here, and here. Maybe even there. Okay. There, maybe just one here. Quite like that. And some going that way as well. Maybe there. Just to give it a bit of bushiness. Oh, I might come down around here too. Okay. I'll do here because still the pink bush there. So what I'll do is I'll tie this off and hope that this next colour that I'm using is going to be enough of a contrast, is what I'm worried about. Might have to use that other colour I was thinking about, because I don't know if it is. It looks very similar to what I've got. And the whole point is to make it look a little different. Now, I think I might have to use that one. Which is the one I used? That one. So those two. Or where is that pinky colour that I always use? It's this one. Must be here somewhere. That's quite nice. Must have been using it for something else and I cannot find it. It's one of those ones I've bought time and time again and I keep going back to it. It is. It's a real dark pink. No. Oh well. We'll see. I'll finish this off. Yeah, it's not enough of a contrast. It looks too much like the original one. I've got this. That's quite nice. But it's really thick. And I'm wondering whether it's too thick, but it'd probably give it a real 3D layer, wouldn't it? We'll have a look. Okay, finish this off, which I have. Okay. And I'll do similar type of look with I wonder if I should have. That squeaking that you hear is my desk. It drives me nuts. Okay. Gee, I'm having a bit of a whingy day today. You can tell I've been sick. you don't realise how good you got it until when you're feeling better again. Oh, it's awful. It must be awful being sick all the time, or in pain, and you know, just being unhealthy. Makes you appreciate it when you're healthy. Okay. Now, let me see. Might be a little bit too thick, but we'll see how we go. I'll start it here. It'll definitely give it a bit of depth, that's for sure. A bit of texture. And it's quite a nice pink. Which, contrasts with the pink of the actual this. It's in the background. It's supposed to be about a greenhouse or a shed, and I'm working on a tree. But you got to work with what you got, eh? Okay. Yes, it's like with anything, it's just going to be an ongoing part. I think that works okay. And I've got so much of this thread, probably not a bad thing I'm using it up. I used a bit of this when I was doing the my piece for the virtual retreat. Really nice and pretty. Okay. Okay, there we go. Making it look too straight is the only problem. It needs to look curved. So I think I've got to do two smaller bits. There we go. There, down. Oh, thick part. Oh, good grief. Because it's the edge. There we go. Now, so let's see how it's looking in the view. You go a little bit quiet. I'm really enjoying doing this piece. You can't even count the hours that you would have put into this piece, but it's not about that. It's just about getting each prompt and working with it as you go. I like that it's you know, so as you go, and just go with the flow. You know, I've got plenty of structured pieces I can work on. This is just a really nice go with the flow piece, which is good. Yeah, I think that looks good. And brings out the pink in that as well, which is nice. Okay. I think it'd be nice having that green on that grey part. It is thick. Yeah, it'll make it look more like a tree rather than you know, like, or a bush, rather than like clouds or something like that. So there you go. I'll just finish. Oh, see, it's the only trouble. Okay, and then go back down again. Up, down, up, down. Looks like little birds. Okay, I'll finish this up and then have a look. And I was actually thinking on this little bit here, you can't really see it where you are. It's got this tiny little trellis. I might put a few French knots in, maybe in this colour, to sort of tie that in. Some little flowers growing on there. Yeah, I think I like that. Gives it a bit of a, you know, I like it. Nice. The tree in the background. 40 minutes. Oh my goodness, that's gone fast. So there you go. I'll zoom back out again. Now I've got to bring, how do we zoom back out? There we go. So I haven't really done much in 40 minutes. It just goes to prove how much work goes into these things, as you all know. Yeah, so I'll be probably in the thumbnails I'll have finished that and the bits and pieces. I still will need to go back. I want to do more. I might just stitch, I think I did, oh, there we go. I think I sort of drew a line here. I might just sort of, like, you can see that it's got, you know, like that, so I might go along there and then maybe along there and there to give it that dimension, and maybe along there, and then just bring, you know, the foliage along here, maybe along the edge as well. Probably could go around the windows, but I don't know, it may take away from it. Might go around the door. Shutters, I think they're shutters. Yeah, they're cute. Probably go around the shutters rather than the windows. Okay, well, better let you go. I'm just thinking to myself, this is already being stitched down. I could probably put some French knots in the middle there, and I don't think I stitched down on them. No, just might leave her as is. Okay, well, I will catch you with this one when we get our next prompt, and yeah, we'll see how we go, but it's looking pretty good. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later.